Hi everyone, welcome back to my dining room. I know it's been a while. I've been pretty busy. As I mentioned probably in one of my last videos, my daughter did have emergency surgery. She did have a brain tumor. It was a pituitary brain tumor, so that was kind of important. So anyway, she's doing very well. She's back at school. Everything's good. Thank you everybody for such beautiful comments in my last video where I did mention that. And I really appreciate all your kind wishes. So we're back at it here in the dining room. I have made a couple changes. Some things have stayed the same, obviously, but I have made a couple updates just with switching some stuff around. So I'm just gonna go through some of the things that I think are placed and replaced and stuff like that. But over here in the corner, the Hoosier cabinet or the baker's cabinet has stayed the same except for what I've kind of decorated it with. This corner, I think it stayed the same. I mean, if you look back in my old video, sorry, all my clocks are chiming right now. Things probably have moved around for sure because I constantly move things around in my house. This spice cabinet probably once was in my kitchen and is now here. That clock, I don't think the clock was hanging on the wall. I think it might have been just placed on that counter, on that cabinet top, but I've since moved that. And everything you're looking at here, probably just minus the florals, everything is thrifted or secondhand or from a vintage store. Oh, I was taking a candle out of here. Hold on. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so everything basically that you see in my house generally is thrifted or secondhand. I don't really shop retail stores that often, and when I do, it's mainly for florals or like some type of like pillows, or depends on what it is, but I would say 90% of my home is thrifted. And I see a lot of videos lately of, you know, what I thrifted and how I styled it. And I laugh because I'm like, my whole house is thrifted. I'd have to go in and say what I didn't thrift and how I styled it. But like I said, mostly in my house, the things that you see, mostly the greens or the florals are all store-bought. I don't find too many great thrifted finds when it comes to florals. Let's take a peek inside here. I don't think I ever did. And again, before I say it, yeah, every single piece in here is secondhand or thrifted. And a lot of my thrift finds come from Gray Barn Antiques, where I am a vendor, and they just have such amazing vendors and great pricing. But yeah, everything in here, really. I mean, these three plates, this copper plate and this other copper plate, that was from Gray Barn. This tray, which I absolutely love, is from a vendor, Belmont Farmhouse in Gray Barn. Not quite sure where I got the fairy lamp. I can't remember, but I know this piece, came from a thrift store in North Carolina when I was away. But all these pieces just collected over time. Look how cute these little butter molds are. Are they not adorable? I mean, I love anything that's mini. That's why I collect these mini hens on nests. I love them. I have them scattered all over my home. These are just lights that obviously the battery isn't working anymore. But anyway, those light up so you can see the treasures inside. This cabinet here, just bought on Facebook Marketplace. It had some knobs on it that I didn't like. They were like blue and white, and they were like Paris motif. I don't have a problem with that, but it just doesn't go in my decor. So I just switched out the hardware. Found this hardware on Amazon. Okay, so not thrifted. And these knobs here, not thrifted, but everything else thrifted on this cabinet here. Basically everything here that you see. This is my big Valentine Day display. That's all I have. Everything's thrifted except for the candle. These are all new finds here too. This here, I was in New Bern, North Carolina last year in my RV. I think that's just so cute. I love that coffee grinder. This little copper wall art. This funnel, another find from Gray Barn Antiques. I think that was Jazzy Junk is the vendor. She's got amazing items, great pricing. This I think was at a Goodwill, and I'm just a sucker for fake food, especially fake baked goods. This I showed in my last video, one of my last videos. Again, this is from Gray Barn Antiques, actually from the owners themselves in their booth. These are very old copper plates. I think I got those, oh my gosh, many years ago, probably 18 years ago at a vintage store in New Hope, New Jersey. And I'm just kind of going with like a little tiny basket theme. I love all these miniatures. So I do tend to find these and collect these. This I literally just picked up this weekend from a vendor, Redreamable. She is at Gray Barn Antiques as well. You can always follow Gray Barn Antiques on YouTube and on Instagram and Facebook. And it's Gray, G-R-E-Y Antiques, Gray Barn Antiques on all those sites. She does a lot of live sales. She does like daily postings where you can buy right offline. It's very simple. And my little hutch here. A lot of new finds on this. This here, antique shop or vintage shop in Washington, New Jersey called this, what is it? The Cellar Door. I think that's what it's called. Great collection of vendors there. And I just gathered some of the napkins here. These are some old transferware plates. This is the latest find from Gray Barn as well. You're gonna get sick of me saying this, but another great vendor called Burning Sensations. They have amazing antique pieces. I just bought a beautiful piece of art. It's a little damaged, but that's okay. I like it. Makes it more interesting in my opinion. I still have this bench here that I don't think is gonna be with me much longer. I think I'm going to probably sand it down and just maybe throw some quick stain on it, and this might be sold in my booth soon. And nothing's really changed here. Still have my scale, and this is still from like winter. I'll probably only have this up maybe another week, and then I'm gonna rethink that whole design up there. And here, it's kind of stayed the same. A couple things are different. I just have these little sweets. I figure for Valentine's Day, sweet treats. Everything's kind of the same here. And maybe in my next couple videos, I'll redo the inside of this. This kind of, I just changed the knobs out on this actually. Used to have the white porcelain knobs, but changed them out. And here I just have a couple scales, some fake pies, bought off of Etsy. These are actually real eggs. Actually, I probably will keep the eggs in there since Easter's coming up, but I'll just reconfigure. And this is actually from a scale, an old scale. I got it for free, so I couldn't part with it. So that's just in here. So I'm gonna pay a little attention to that. The light has blown out here. I do have a little candle lamp in there. So I will go through that and redo that. Ooh, my goodness. I got too many things around. I like this idea. I mean, I just basically had some shutters, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with this plant? So I just took the shutter, shut it a little bit, and instant plant stand. Yay. I love when I can do that. My table, I just took the April Cornell placemats off, and this is just I think I got this at Kohl's. Oh, so not thrifted. Not thrifted. It's like a Food Network, whatever, runner. I just like the salmon-y color, kind of goes with my salmon room over there. And this is, well, this was store-bought, but I have redone this. I had this a couple years ago. I think I got this from Kirkland's, and it used to be like a gray with like a black metal here. So I just did a gel stain from like Michael's, and then added this copper paint, basically, and just highlighted. But I like this. And this is my old copper vessel here. I mean, it's so old, it's so dirty. I love it though. And this is just florals from Michael's like last year. And up here, oh, this is new. So I've wanted to do a candelabra in this room forever, because I don't want to have an electrician come in and, you know, put in a box and stuff like that. It just, this room was never my dining room. This room was like a little sitting room off my kitchen. And recently, like in the last year, I switched it to be my dining room. I just think it works better as a dining room. There's more room on either side of the table, because the room used to be over here, but this room over here is a lot narrower. Anyway, so I wanted to put light there, or just something to like make it feel like it was supposed to be a dining room. So I saw this chandelier on Facebook Marketplace. Guy was giving it away for free, literally 5 minutes from my house. So I sent my husband over to pick it up and cleaned it up. And we took all the mechanics for the electric out of it, and then just added some LED taper candles, which I love. And they're very bright too. I mean, they give off nice light when there's no other lights on. And voila, you have a chandelier. Gotta love it. And how easy is that? You take your remote and boom. So yeah, this was from Amazon. They're all over the place. These are, I think, 6-inch or, yeah, 6-inch tapers. Love them. And they come with the remote, so it's perfect. Nothing really has changed over here. I will be working more on this little guy. The only thing I did get to do was put the mesh in, like I said, because it used to have this like plastic, horrible, fake looking stained glass with an apple on it. I was like, yeah, that's never staying. But anyway, so I replaced it, painted the mesh copper, and here we are. But I still have to decorate this. So yeah, that's basically my dining room. And I will be going through the house as spring comes along, and I'll have some more videos for you. One thing I want to say, if you're still here watching the video, which I thank you very much for sticking around, if you do have any questions or anything, always feel free to leave them in the comments. Also, if you would just let me know, what is it that you really want to see? Do you want to continue to see just home tours like this, or did you want to see something else? Let me know. I'm just interested to know what you guys are interested in, and I'll try to get that content to you. And I will see you again in my next video. Thanks so much for watching.